your brother giving you that sax is a big motivation, and you also took up the challenge that no, I'm not going to disappoint him. The moment you took it to Daniel now, you brought nostalgia to me, because I mean, let me not take it to Daniel yet. Daniel is in the same city with me. We are in the city of Dallas together. And I think we connected sometimes ago. It's been a while right now. But I'm taking Daniel out of this. Me, you, and your younger brother. You know, yesterday,
Okay.
I mean, recently I was telling you that, I mean, look at how life is. You are in South Africa, your brother is South Africa, I am here. We have some other people that we played with, we jammed with, that are, everybody is spread globally now. I remember the days of our hustles on the streets. Well, we'll carry trumpets, we'll carry the band, you know, when we'll do different shows, you know. I mean, those days of little beginning, playing at events, playing at schools, holding concerts. Don't mean now I am so musically rusty that I don't think I mean, if any band invites me now, they don't want me to mess everything up, because I just left music somehow. But knowing the struggles and the hustles and seeing you guys when everybody was just coming up in Lagos of those days, I mean, it's very gratifying to see that everyone now is a global brand. As far back as like 14 years ago, your younger brother was being featured in SABC. Is it SABC? That's your TV station in South Africa.
Yeah, SABC.
South African Broadcasting or something, you know.
Yeah.
A guy from Nigeria, he was killing it, was ruling the waves, and I mean, is the darling of all stations. You yourself, you have been interviewed over and over in the national broadcasting station of South Africa then. And like, how long have you been in SA?
It's almost 2 decades now.
Wow. And your brother, almost about the same time?
Yeah. It should be like 2 decades here now.
So how is music in South Africa?
Music in South Africa is very.
What are you exactly doing? Who is Saxo K? And now that we have taken ourselves out of the past, the beginning, the introduction. Tell us about this Saxo K. Who are you and what exactly do you do? Because I know that there is more to you than the music. Tell us about the music and every other thing else that forms your brand.
Okay. Saxo K is an Afro jazz artist based in South Africa, Nigeria, based in South Africa, playing Afro jazz music. So I call my music fusion of African beats. So you'll be hearing a lot of, mix of African beats, and you'll be hearing a lot of high-life Afro beats. You'll be hearing some South African beats in my music, some East African beats. So it's a fusion of African beats. That's what I do, because traveling around Africa has really widened, my imagination and, the way I see life and I see people. I want to. I can say I am I'm Pan-Africanist.
Great.
So I love bringing things of Africa together, bringing African people together. So that's what my music represents. So my music is not just Afrobeats. I have some music online. If you go on any online platform, on YouTube, on CD Baby, on Spotify, you see my music. Just type Saxo K there. You'll see my highlife music. You'll see my Afrobeat music. You'll see my jazz music, some kind of calypso beat also. So that's what I do, fusion of African music. Apart
from music, I mean, I know you do some other things. What are those things that you do that is still this in the entertainment and the arts world?
Okay. When I got to South Africa, I realized that music is very wide. So you can play music professionally as an artist and pursue that as a career. You can also play music corporately while you play for different corporate events. And some of these corporate events, I want you to play some standard jazz, some smooth jazz, and all those things. So I also venture into that. So I do a lot of corporate events for, name the company. Now, I don't want to mention company here because I'm sure they're not paying for adverts. So, I mean, I've played for a lot of companies, big companies, governments, departments, international companies, doing events, their end of the year gala night and all the rest. So from there, I ventured into doing events, doing media, like people will consult me that they need sound. I've got my own full sound, I've got my camera team. So I've got my DJs, anything that has to do with events. That's what I do at Saxoke Music, Media and Event. So you can also check us online. You'll see our page online. We also do events, live band, solo artists, duo, trio, renting sound, renting cameras and all the rest. So we do all those also.
So you do music consultancy, and also you do music performance for corporates and individuals and events, and also you have music and media, digital media equipment rentals, and logistics. You do all of those. Now people listening to
we also do productions.
Oh,
like
awesome.
People who want to record songs and all these things. We also do that.
Awesome. Yeah, I wouldn't want to move away from here without giving a shout out to FM Femi. You'll be wondering, how does it even come? Papa Fasujibi. He will say, is this interview about Saxoke or about to be about our family? FM, you two, you are coming. Let me finish with Saxo first, and yeah, we'll connect on that. I'm very proud of you guys. We all sweated it together on the streets. We sweated it together in those halls in Lagos. We sweated it together in the schools. We sweated it together in the churches. Recently, I had music from one church where they were saying, as they sweet them, they pain us. And before then, I had already done a video on if you don't kill religion will kill us. When I was saying in one of those videos that I have worked as a consultant. Maybe I said I've worked for over 40 churches. They will think maybe I'm jumping from church to church. They don't know as a consultant, you can be supporting 3, 4, 5 churches. You don't have to be in their church on Sunday. You can help their choir. You can build their instrumentalists. You understand? You can be a consultant to help them get their choir department together. You understand? And I remember that we went to help a branch of one of these mega churches. If you remember that time, we went with Hans. If I mention the name now, I mean, in a location in Lagos, they needed, this is a church, they don't beat drums, and it was a big parish. You know how they start, like thousands of people the moment they open.
Yeah.
You understand? So
I remember.
You understand? So when we are talking here and we are discussing music issues, people don't know where we are coming from. I'm talking of maybe 2001, 2002, 2003, 2000. These churches will come to us. We will take our own equipment. You have the full ensemble of horns. You will go with yours. We will go like 5, 6, 7, a team of musicians. We will go there to make sure that we perform for them. Not perform. We are like the instrumentalists for the choir. People don't understand it. So when we come and make commentaries in church music, our own perspective will be different from the sentiments that people are expressing on the streets, because we see these things firsthand. It is our domain. It was our work. It is our career. We saw these churches 20-something years ago, and we are still seeing them now. So shout out to all the guys. Elijah is also here in America, though we have not connected. He's been here for some years. He's killing it in his own area. If you mention Dallas, Texas, Houston, and all the cities where you have Nigeria, Indiana, everywhere, everybody knows Daniel Bankole. But they don't know where these guys are coming from. They hear of Femi now. They don't know where they have paid the price. You are talking now like as if, I know you said the days of little beginning, but take us a little into your journey. Has it always been smooth? Has it always been this fresh looking, shining, handsome model, this black ivory or black ebony guy? Has it always been so rosy? You just jump into South Africa and then you started picking dollars on the street or rand? How has it
Well,
been?
it wasn't that rosy. It wasn't rosy at all. The journey was by the grace of God. I believe that if you have something inside of you, that thing you have on the inside will keep pushing you to do better every day, you know. And I think I need to shout out to Pastor Johnson, you know. Those days when we started, because I was just reflecting now, those days when we started, I remember Pastor Jimmy Johnson is the one that gave us Kakaki for Christ. And we used that name for some years, like 2-3 years, and people really know us with that name. You know, we had Kakaki for Christ, which is instrumental band for church, performing, you know, ministry in different churches. Then from there, we created Kakaki Brigade Band, where we play the Brigade Band for weddings, birthday, different things. You know, the hustling has been there, you know, right from time. And Pastor Jimmy Johnson has been one of those backbone there, like, hey boys, don't worry, things go better, don't worry, and then we go and also and get us gigs and say, guys, I've got you this gig from this Anglican church, from this, they want to do this wedding, they want to do this, and all those things. That's how we started there. I was playing saxophone, I was playing trumpet for Brigade Band, you know, and some schools will call us, we go and play their, what do you call it, inter-house sport and end of the year party. You know, it's been like on the streets, you know, we've been on the streets, building the brand, building yourself, trying to become who you want to be. So I played music for some few years, you know, then I went to school to study music at the Polytechnic Ibadan.
Yeah, that's another part we need to know about you, that apart from being someone that was trained informally by professionals, you are also a graduate of music. You went to school to study music. Tell us a little about that.
So I studied music at the Polytechnic Ibadan. So when I finished music at the Polytechnic Ibadan, my younger brother was already in South Africa then. We're supposed to travel together, but I had to do my final exams. So I'm like, I don't almost how many years do this thing, I don't finish this thing, I finish exam, you know. So the following year, the opportunity came again, you know. So I just took the opportunity, like, let me leave. And then Nigerian music was becoming hip hop. So, and you know, you want to play quality music, it becomes a little bit difficult. You have to, they have to tell you what style of music they want. You go to show, and it looks like it's not really music anymore. So we needed somewhere you can hear quality music, you can mix with, you know, quality musicians and all those things. And we have too many professional musicians in Nigeria. The venue for them to really express themselves is not there. No, you know, there's subsidizing quality music for some cheap, I don't know, some cheap kind of music like that. So I was just like, look, I want to further my music. I want to play where I can express myself with music, you know, where they will appreciate music more. And, you know, it has been a drive to always, you know, go around the world, travel some places. So when the opportunity came to come to South Africa, I just like...
So it's like a dream come true. Okay, I will interrupt you there for a reason. You know, when you were talking about Pastor Jimmy Johnson, all of us rolling together, because it's just like rub my back, I rub your back. I knock doors, I get the business. I say, guys, let's go and do this thing. And all of you too, you know, we have kept the relationship and it was symbiotic. You are helping me, I was helping you, we're helping one another. I benefited a lot from you and we benefit mutually. I was laughing. I didn't want to interrupt your flow. You know why? Do you remember a gig that we went to do for a school one time, Sunday, and some of those guys on Governor Road, Sunday, and some other guys went with us. They did not pay us that day because there was an amount that we agreed on. I think for some transportation reasons, there was a little bit of delay, and we still made the event, we still performed, and they were offering us just like transport money. I said, what is this? That day I learned a lesson, because I thought that they would do the normal thing and at least change their mind and pay us because we did our job. But I don't know that people are different. They never paid us for that gig. They never came back to my office to say, okay, here is your money. We funded that. You know, sometimes you take deposit after performance, they pay you the balance. So you may not remember. We performed, we did our thing. Meanwhile, I had to settle the boys because you have a band of like 8 or 9 people. Are you getting me? Thank God that they saw that the people who invited us, our host, they didn't pay me. But there are guys that came from Egbeda, guys that came from Lasso area, guys that came from Isolo area. That place was God. We went inside and go. Oh God. If guys see this, they will know what I'm talking about. So that's part of the hustle. I want to ask you, in Nigeria, the hustle was real. In South Africa, was there any hustle? And you know, I wanted to, that's why I want us to cut it. What's your Japa story?
Okay.
And have you had occasion where people will feel like, oh, South Africa, you know, they don't take it as Africa. South Africa is just like an European country. For those who have visited, I've been there repeatedly. So you are already in Ilo Ibo, you know, Obodo Ibo. Now, what is the hustle real? And have you had occasion to share your story with some people who wanted to come and they feel like, oh, you don't want us to come or whatever? Was the hustle real in South Africa? Because it was real in the street, or you just jumped to South Africa and you became a big star?
No, the hustle is real because you have to start afresh. Nobody know you in South Africa. So when I landed South Africa, I just have to start like every other person, you know, running around, meeting people, meeting some artists. Hey man, I play saxophone. Hey, this. I went back to, you know, when I was in Nigeria, I used to, you know, train people on saxophone, trumpet, you know, and all the rest. So I had to start training again, you know, start teaching people, teach some people online. I will go to people's house, you know, training people. Then I met this German guy. His name is Adi. So Adi owned a music school where he trained people from around 12 noon till late night. People, different students with book time and come in. So I was training almost like 12 students there, saxophone, trumpets, clarinet. So it's a serious hustle, and I have to come almost a 50 minutes drive, you know, to the school. So I have to go there twice a week, train people on musical instruments, and also then I have to play in church, you know, because I mean, you don't just get into a country and you just start making money like that. It's not like that. People need to know you. You need to know people. You need to show what you've got. You need to prove to them that you can do it.
So the hustle was real.
Yeah, but I mean, with the foundation we had in Nigeria, so we are able to get into the system, you know, it's all about you having the passion. If the passion is there, the drive is there, you will go out. Okay. You know, you spend your time running around meeting people, and from there, I was playing with different artists, you know, upcoming artists, playing with them. Then I quickly, you know, form my own group and start playing also. Okay. And there's one of those restaurants that really, you know, gave us that platform and foundation where people could come and see us. We were playing there, you know, almost like every Sunday or every weekend, playing those restaurants. And from there, we're building our brand and people start knowing us.
Amazing, amazing.